So yesterday we would have had the game that nobody really wants to play, but today we've got the game that everybody in the world wants to play. If you're a footballer, if you're an aspiring footballer, if you're someone who is, trying to get to the top of your sport, this is probably one way that you can do that, and that's by winning the World Cup. Spain versus Argentina, Lamine Yamal versus Lionel Messi. This should be a very, very good game, and I think for me personally, this is a game for the football purists. This is the game where we will we see Messi handing over the mantle, to his kind of heir, in Lamine Yamal, or will we see Lionel Messi say, "Not yet, little one. It's still my time. I'm still the best player in the world, and I'm going to show everybody that by going back to back at the World Cup." Guys, I genuinely believe this will be a blockbuster game. Make sure you stay tuned, and we're going to get straight into it. So as I said, man, I feel like it will be. Do you know what I mean? Like I just feel like with the two teams, in terms of the more looking at the style of play of the two teams, right? I feel like because of their style of play, to me it feels like it should be one of those kind of games where we should see some good football. We're going to see some dirty football. We're going to see some low blocks at times. We're going to see one team getting popped around somewhere. We're going to see some fouls. We're going to see hopefully some magical moments. I'm saying all of this and then watch it be a boring 0-0 all the way until penalties, and then we're just praying for the game to even end. But listen, look, man, we've got two of my favorite players. Obviously, my favorite player, Lionel Messi, absolutely amazing. You know, I don't know what else we can realistically say about Lionel Messi. I'm not really, some debates, yeah, I don't really like doing some of these debates, man. Like, I don't really like having these kind of conversations about, yeah, is it Messi? Is it Ronaldo? Like, the only way I put that kind of debate is this, right? Ronaldo is the best human footballer that I have ever seen. Messi isn't human. So the reality is, I can't judge him by the same standards that I judge Ronaldo and the Pelés and Maradonas and Zidanes and all of these absolutely brilliant footballers. Yeah, I can't judge Messi by that standard. I'm like, he's already not of this world as it is, so I can't. Ronaldo can be the best. If you want to call him the best, you want to call him the GOAT of the human world, then that's fine. You see, when we're out here in the universe and that, it's not close. Like to me, it's not even comparable. Someone like Lionel Messi. That's how good and how much I think of Lionel Messi, right? But it's so crazy watching him in this tournament. The guy is 39 years of age. I believe he's the top goal scorer, or joint top goal scorer with Kylian Mbappe. Obviously, at the time of this video, they both got 8 goals. Could potentially change, obviously, with that third place playoff between France and England. I think he's got the most assists as well. Like, this guy's 39 years of age. People were giving excuses for that 41-year-old. Ah, yeah, he's 41 though. Like, he can't really move. And what do you expect? What do I expect? I expect this. But this is what happens when you're not really of this world. See, your age, and I know it's 2 years. And listen, look, 2 years is still a gap at that age anyway. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to dismiss it, but when you're not of this world, that age stuff, we're not doing that age stuff. You know what I mean? Messi will retire before we even see that. I promise you, he will retire before we even get to see the Ronaldo version of Lionel Messi kind of thing. We just won't ever see that, because he's got a reputation to maintain. Did you get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, man, Messi's Messi, man. There really isn't anything more that I can, kind of say, about him. But Argentina themselves, listen, look, they haven't been great in the tournament. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Obviously, Messi's been great. They've had moments, if I'm being totally honest with you, throughout the tournament, but game against Egypt, they weren't that good. Obviously, lucky to get the break there. Against England, I thought they were the better team, but to say that they were great, no, I don't think that they were in that game either. And yeah, just throughout the tournament, I just didn't really feel like they were ever really that good, which is probably, I can't say, it's weird to say a surprise, but it is a tad bit of a surprise. But I guess because of the draw and who they've had to face kind of thing, you can say, okay, fair enough. I expect you to get through these kind of games anyway, right? And just because of the draw. But if we're just looking at it in totality, I'm like, I don't really feel like you was the best, one of the best teams like that. Do you get what I'm saying? I just felt like, you had Messi, and then you had moments, around that. But Messi's so good that you can have those kind of moments. But listen, they're into the final anyway, deservedly so, after that game against England, where I just felt, they even as much as Messi was, got the 2 assists and he did his thing, I just felt like the team, Enzo Fernandez, he's a really good player. He's a really, really good player. I really like Enzo Fernandez. Don't really know how Chelsea fans take him. I feel like some don't like him, some do like him, and whatever. I feel like he's a good player. I feel like he's a player I can kind of see at Real Madrid, Barcelona kind of thing. I just think he's that type of player. He can play at that kind of level. We saw him at the last World Cup as well, where he kind of made his name before moving to Chelsea. We saw what that was like. Alexis McAllister, I thought he was really good against England, which is so crazy because I think he's rubbish. And I've said it 100 times, I don't think he's that good. But listen, when these guys, and I think I heard, Gary Lineker and Micah and the rest of them, talking about when I think it was Joe Cole. And I think one of the things they were talking about is like when these guys play for their country, there's a pride about playing for your country. Like there's this pride and passion, like we cannot lose. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what game it is, but especially in these type of games, we cannot lose. If we do lose, then bruv, there's got to be an inquest, there's got to be this, there's got to be that. Like there's just, and to be fair, I see it with all South American teams, to be fair. Doesn't matter whether it's Argentina, Brazil, whoever kind of thing, right? They're just this pride when they play for their national teams. Like this is, for some people, and again, listen, I won't know. Players will probably tell you different, so I can only speculate. But I almost feel like playing for their country is bigger than winning a Champions League. They're like, yeah, and I'm winning the Champions League. That's sick. You know what I mean? Of course, you want to win a Champions League, but it almost feels like, no. Winning the World Cup is the bigger achievement. That's like the ultimate goal kind of thing. I'm not even here to agree or disagree, on that, to be honest with you. But there's that feeling. Like I see Christian Romero, Lisandro Martinez, 2 guys who don't win shit for their club. Obviously, Romero did win a Europa League with Spurs, but in general, he ain't winning nothing. Lisandro Martinez, he ain't winning nothing. Maybe an FA Cup or something. I don't know how long he's actually been there for. But with their clubs, they're not winning anything. You know what I'm saying? They're not known for, oh, yeah, he's a guy who's got loads of trophies with Manchester United or Spurs kind of thing. But when they come with Argentina, the pride that these brothers play with is crazy. Alexis McAllister, as I mentioned, like the pride he plays with, he never, ever played like that for Liverpool. Ever. Even for Brighton, he's never ever played like that. Like there's just a pride with these guys, kind of thing, and you hear it in the way that they talk about playing for Argentina, wanting to win for Messi. Some people called it weird, like, oh, why don't you want to win for yourself? Obviously, I want to win for myself. Like, obviously, do you know what I'm saying? If Messi wins, then we win, then I win. Like it all goes hand in hand in it. Like people always trying to make out like something's different than what it actually is, but when these guys play, it's just totally different. And listen, look, they can pop the ball about. They showed that against England, and they've shown that in fits and spurts throughout the tournament. So it's not like they can't play football. Yes, they're going to play. When I mentioned at the beginning of the video about, the dirty elements and, fouls and, all of this kind of stuff, I do feel like that's going to come mainly probably from Argentina, especially if the game doesn't go their way in that kind of way. But they can play football as well. They really, really can play football. You got Julian Alvarez, you got Lautaro Martinez, you got Enzo, you got Messi, you got McAllister, you got Paredes, you got DePaul to come off the bench. He was putting in some quality crosses against England. So they've got a game there, and I feel like they've got a game plan there. Against England, when I saw Argentina, the way that they were playing, the way that they were just calm, probing, waiting for that kind of right time to do whatever it is they needed to do and to, get a chance off or get an opportunity further. It was just patience. And I feel like both of these 2 teams can do the patient thing. Now, the difference is Spain are way better at patience than anybody I've ever seen in my life. And they're way better at it than Argentina. I don't care who Argentina are. I don't care who they got Lionel Messi. Spain are better at it than Argentina. That much I can almost say is a fact, right? Spain are my favorite international team, as you guys already know. So, of course, I'm ecstatic. But obviously, my favorite international team also has some of my favorite players. Pedri, of course, Lamine Yamal, one of my favorite players, of this current kind of moment. And, Rodri, Fabian Ruiz. Oh, he is such a... I mean, I just heard that, he signed a new deal with PSG. Phenomenal player. Absolutely phenomenal player. Probably one of the best centre-backs in the world. And I'm not talking under 21s. I ain't talking under 23s. No, in the world. So I'm talking, you put up the Van Dijks, the Gabriels, the Salibas, the William Pachos, and that. No, no, no. Kubasi is in those conversations. He is so good. I'm telling you, people now, if you don't think it already, then you need to get to know. And I don't want to hear about your opinion about whether he is or isn't, because he is. I promise you, I've never been so sure about anything, when it comes to defenders anyway, than Pau Kubasi. Like, he's such a phenomenal player. Cucurella, when he goes the way with Spain, this brother turns into freaking prime. I don't even know, like Marcelo or Ashley Cole, Maldini, like, just moves mad. He just moves so mad. Laporte, he's still, people say, oh, he's finished at Saudi, I finished Laporte. I signed Laporte today after this tournament. The performances he's been putting in, Jesus Christ, he's been absolutely brilliant. So Spain as a team, in a general sense, like I said, I can list all their players. Same with Argentina, I can list their players. But I think when I'm looking at someone like Spain, the way that they play, the ideology, I think the thing that people will respect always with Spain is we're just going to play our way anyway. It doesn't really matter who we're up against. It doesn't really matter what's happening in the game. We're just going to keep playing our way. We believe in our philosophy. We believe in our identity. We believe in our, ideology, and we're just going to keep going until the wheels fall off. Really and truly, and then we have to just reset and we'll go again. During that period when they had Luis Enrique, an aging, Thiago, and aging, Sergio Busquets, and still trying to, would I say, push through the next generation kind of thing. It was a bit of a tricky, kind of period of time. But now you're seeing those same players, the Gavis, the Pedris, the Dani Olmos, Ferran Torres, all of these kind of players who might be on somewhat fringes, so to speak, in some cases. Some of these players are, they're so integral to what Spain need to kind of do. And I just think that that's why I look at Spain as such a brilliant team to watch, because I'm like, no one else has the guts, has the balls to do what they do, in terms of, we just stick to what we want to do. We don't care about you. They don't fear no team in the world. Well, they shouldn't, to be fair, because they've also got some very, good and world class players in their own side, but they don't fear anybody. And that kind of, that kind of attitude, you can highly respect it, and I totally do, and I think more people should, to be honest. I know. And listen, look, do I think Spain have been brilliant in this World Cup? No, I don't think they've been brilliant at all. I'm not gonna do revisionism, on Spain. I still feel, it's so weird with Spain, watching them, especially against Belgium. It's like they just play everything in second gear. Like or in first gear. It just feels like, yeah, we're just kind of, yeah, we'll do what we need to do, kind of thing. And because I know that these players are so good, I know they can go up a level. And when you see them go, and listen, they could do it in this final. When you see them go up a level, you're gonna think this is the best team you've ever seen since whenever, since football international was international football was created. Like, that's how good I feel that these guys, if they were to just be like, just push it to like second or third gear, like every now and again, it will be mad. It'll be absolutely mad. So, yeah, like I say, man, there's some good matchups in there as well. Ultimately, I just think because it's a final, especially Lamine Yamal's first World Cup final. A couple of these players, their first World Cup. In fact, no, all of them actually, their first World Cup final. So again, Argentina are going to be the more, would I say, quote unquote, experienced team. Obviously, coming, I think the entire 11 who played against England for Argentina, they were all a part of that World Cup winning team. So there is experience with Argentina. So this is not going to be an easy game for Spain. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, easy, just win for them. But I do edge them. I do think that they will come out on top in this game. I do have an inkling that they just come out on top. But I'm going to be so honest. This is a game where either team winning, it just wouldn't surprise me. Like, maybe the manner, obviously, the context of the game and how it goes and stuff like that. Like, if one team is 2-0 up and the other comes back to win 3-2, then yeah, maybe. But in a general sense, yeah, I just think that Spain have the edge for me, but I can't discount Argentina and Lionel Messi, like, just having just one last say. Because Messi, I don't feel like he's going to play in the next World Cup. He could do, but I don't feel like he's going to do that. I feel like he'll end on 2 World Cups and just be like, no, I'm good. I've got 2 World Cups. I can end my career now. Win the Ballon d'Or, because I don't care if he wins the World Cup this year. You have to give him the Ballon d'Or because there's no standout player anyway. So just give it to him. It makes the most sense. He's still easily the best player in the world as it is. But yeah, I just think that this game is just this. I'm so looking forward to it because I can't wait to do the analysis after the game. I think that's what I'm really looking forward to because I really want to see how this game actually pans out. You know what happens, which players are on form, how are they playing, all of that. You know, I love all of that kind of stuff anyway. So I can't wait to see it. I hope you guys can't wait to see it as well. Leave your thoughts in the comment section as to who you think is going to win, who is going to be the World Cup winner of 2026. Will it be Spain? Will it be Argentina? Will it be Lamine Yamal? Will it be Lionel Messi? Leave your thoughts in the comment section, people, and I will catch you guys straight afterwards for a match reaction. Peace.